Welcome to the topic Electronegativity and the Bond Polarity. In this topic, the candidates will be able to learn the following: bond energy, bond length, electronegativity, bond polarity, dipole and the dipole-dipole force. Bond energy. Bond energy is the amount of energy needed to break a particular covalent bond. It is also called bond strength. Hydrogen-hydrogen covalent bond, we need energy at a gaseous hydrogen molecule to two hydrogen atoms. Similar for chlorine and bromine, but here if we compare, bromine-bromine bond is weaker than the chlorine-chlorine bond because distance between bromine and bromine atom is greater. Bond energy is given here: HF, HCl, HBr and HI. HF is the highest because the attraction force between hydrogen and fluorine is the highest. Distance between hydrogen and fluorine is smaller. Average bond energy is given for single bonds and the multiple bonds. This one is taken from the data booklet. It is helpful for calculations. Bond length. Bond length is the distance between two nuclei in a covalent bond. This is inversely proportional to the bond energy. Greater the bond length, bond energy will be smaller. Electronegativity, very important term. This is the measure of the tendency of an atom to attract a bonding pair of electrons. Fluorine is the most electronegative in the periodic table. In the same period, left to right increases. In the same group, down to up, electronegativity increases. Explaining pattern in electronegativity, it depends on the number of protons in the nucleus, the distance from the nucleus, and the amount of screening or shielding effect by the inner shells. I am giving one example here. Chlorine is more electronegative because chlorine has 17 protons, hydrogen has 1 proton, so for the shared electron, chlorine has greater attraction. Bond polarity. A polar bond is one in which two atoms of unequal electronegativity share a pair of electrons. I give here one side positive, another side is negative. Oxygen side is negative, and hydrogen side is positive. Oxygen side has greater electronegativity, so there is a difference of electronegativity. HCl is a polar bond because the electronegativity of hydrogen and chlorine different, but H is the same electronegativity, and this is not polar bond. Dipole. A covalent molecule is a dipole where the molecule has the substantially different electronegativity of the atoms. So one side will attract the shared electron strongly, another side was less strong, so one side will be plus, another side will be minus. Here hydrogen and fluorine, there is a big difference of electronegativity. Fluorine side is negative. This is also called permanent dipole. Carbon monoxide is a permanent dipole. There is a big difference of electronegativity between carbon and oxygen. This is reactive, but nitrogen is not a dipole with the same electronegativity of nitrogen and nitrogen. Dipole-dipole force, this is the last one. The attraction force between two permanent dipoles is called dipole-dipole force. Here HCl, one side is negative, another side is plus. This is a permanent dipole. With another HCl, there is attraction force. This is called dipole-dipole force. This is also called intermolecular force. Greater the dipole-dipole force, the melting point, boiling point will be higher. Thank you very much for watching this video.